and good morning.
Good morning.
I concur with particularly when he said about attitude. I've heard it stated that it wasn't an easy task. Getting the right to vote wasn't an easy task. Walking across the Edmund-Patterson Bridge wasn't an easy task. You say you've been here 10 years, some of us been here laboring, trying to get the right to vote for 30, 40 years. So this has never been an easy task. And to suggest that you're going to close a polling place at the Macon Mall that's accessible to more people by public transportation, it's accessible to get off the bus, it runs right there, to walk into it, and go to Macon College where the bus doesn't necessarily circulate through the campus, and having a person to walk in through the campus and having to find their way doesn't make any sense, especially when you take into the fact, consider the fact that 20% of the people, according to the 2010 census, 20% of the people in our city and county do not own a car. And a lot of them have to depend on public transportation. And you further stated that that's something that the ADA requirements. Well, the ADA has been around now almost 20 years. I think we just celebrated the 20th year anniversary. And I'm very sympathetic and empathetic and have great compassion for those who are in a wheelchair. I have a son that was born with spinal bifida, been in a wheelchair all of his life. So I'm compassionate. I have compassion for people's schools. But well, maybe we need to make some adjustments in terms of making places accessible by working with the church community or that particular church. And my question would be to you, how many organizations did you involve? Those who have been involved in voting rights and those who have been involved in voter registration and participation over the years, i.e. the NAACP, the SCLC, the Women's League, Women Voters, and others. How many did you bring in, or even state legislators who drew these boundaries? I know we're not talking about election boundaries, we're talking about precincts, but they're all tied together. How many of those people did you bring in order to come up to a draft proposal? Did you reach out to anyone? No. This is a democracy. It's a participatory democracy when it comes to election. You can't just sit in a room and start making these type of changes without engaging the community at large. So I advise you that when you go back to look at this, because we are against this, it's obvious. The people here, majority of the people here are opposed to what you are proposing. So I say that especially when the primary reason you stated when you started, that is to save $35,000 to $40,000. That is a rounded error in a $150 million budget. We can find 35. If need be, I think we can all take up a collection and pay $40,000. So that's a non-starter to say that you're going to close polling places. You know, last year the Supreme Court, last year before last, gutted part of the Voting Rights Act, Section 5. They did not gut, so if that was still in place, you couldn't do this without Justice Department clearance prior to that ruling. But what they left intact is Title II. We still have Title II. And if this goes forth, you will leave us no choice but to file some type of legal action under Title II to prevent this type of stuff from happening, especially in the predominant minority community. Thank you very much for your